After my brother lied about my point of view, Mom threw out my things and my kids and said, "Get out of my house. We just left." The next day, Dad texted, "Sweetheart, send the mortgage today." I didn't argue. My name is Stacy, I'm 30, a mom of two, and the organized one in a family that treats calendars like fiction. I film on my phone, edit on a hand-me-down laptop, and keep ring lights in the closet with the cereal. Online, they call me an influencer. At home, my mom says she posts videos. My brother says she got lucky. I say I work. Saturdays are usually loud at my parents' house. TV on, radio louder, cousins in the yard. That day, I showed up with a casserole and two tired kids because Mom wrote, "Lunch. Don't be late." I parked, counted backpacks, turned my phone to airplane. No work, family time. My brother was in the kitchen, leaning on the counter like a bouncer who knows a secret. "Mom," he said without saying hi to me, "are you going to tell Stacy what she said about you on her live?" I set the casserole down. "What are you talking about?" He grinned. "You said Mom embarrasses you, that she holds you back." I heard it. Mom didn't meet my eyes. She opened the trash can. The lid clicked shut. She lifted the casserole with two fingers like it was contaminated and dropped it in. Heavy pan. Dull thud. "I don't want your things in my house if you're going to talk about me online," she said. My daughter clutched her stuffed bunny. My son hid behind my leg. I felt heat in my ears, the kind that means either you'll cry or you'll shut down. "I didn't say that," I said. Quiet. Measured. Because little ears were watching me. I said, "It's hard to balance work and family, that's all. You make us look like villains, playing poor single mom while you're raking it in." Mom moved past me to the hall closet. She came back with a plastic bag. She put it on the table and started filling it. A blanket we keep there for naps, two kids' hoodies, a spare pack of wipes, my old sweatshirt. Then she reached for the shoe rack and grabbed my daughter's tiny sneakers. "Take your things," she said, "and take your children. Get out of my house." "Mom," my voice cracked. "My house, my rules," she said. The lid of the trash can slid shut behind her, like a period at the end of a sentence. My brother made a small fake sympathy face. "Don't make a scene, Stacy. Grown-ups don't do drama." I packed in silence. Bunny, sneakers, wipes, blanket. I put my son's hand in mine. My daughter whispered, "Do we have to go?" I told her, "Yes." We walked to the door. I looked back once. Mom was already wiping the counter like I'd left a stain. We buckled in, and I drove. The radio was too bright, so I turned it off. At a red light, my daughter asked if we were coming back next Sunday. I said, "We'll see," which is mom code for no. That night, the ring light stayed in the closet. I stared at my phone and had nothing to film. I tucked the kids into their beds and lay on the carpet beside them, listening to their breathing. For once, I didn't think in captions or bullet points. I thought about the sound of a casserole hitting a trash can. Morning came. Oatmeal bubbled. My phone lit up on the counter. The first message of the day. Not "Are you okay?" Not about last night. Just a single line that made my stomach flip. "Sweetheart, send the mortgage today." That was my dad. No greeting, no context, just a request like a bill notification. If that sounds normal to you, it's because I made it normal. Here's the math I never posted. For 12 months, I paid my parents' mortgage. It started when Dad's hours got cut and Mom's schedule was in flux. I was growing fast. A grocery chain reposted my meal prep video. A baby brand offered a small deal. I stayed up late editing and answering comments. I could help, so I did. Temporary, they said. Just until we catch up. Temporary stretched. I took on more brand work. I learned how to make cheap food look pretty. I learned to smile through family texts pinging during my lives. Can you cover the gas until Friday? Need $80 for the copay. Internet is due. Can you just do it? I can't log in. Mom's lines were always soft. You know we're proud of you, honey. You make more now. It's easier for you. Dad's lines were practical. Interest is brutal. Bank calls every day. My brother's lines were hollow promises. Invest in me. I'll run your local promos. I know people. I invested twice. He said he'd design a logo. He sent a screenshot from Canva with my name spelled wrong and asked for more funds to finalize. He proposed a street campaign. It was 3 crooked flyers at the laundromat with my handle and a QR code that didn't scan. When I said no the 3rd time, he said, "Wow, family doesn't gatekeep success." Meanwhile, I paid for the house internet. Yes, the same Wi-Fi they used to watch and judge my fake job. Dad's dentist, Mom's car insurance, my brother's community college class he dropped in week 2, and the broken washer because you know how to schedule repair. Guys, babe, it became a reflex. Ping. Transfer. Screenshot. Done. My banking app was muscle memory. Did I resent it? Not at first. Helping can feel like love when you grew up proving your love, but little cracks showed. My brother flexed new sneakers on his story with blessed after I sent Dad money for a crown. Mom commented, "Proud of our hardworking girl," on my giveaway post and then DM'd, "Can you cover the electric?" 5 minutes later, Dad started texts with Princess only when a bill was due. So the morning after I got kicked out, when Dad wrote, "Sweetheart, send the mortgage today," it slid across my screen like a joke with bad timing. I stared at the message. My thumbs hovered. I typed, "Mom told me to get out and not come back." Stacy, she was upset. "Don't mix issues. The bank won't wait. Me? Neither will my rent." I opened my budget sheet. It's a simple Google sheet because fancy tools make me procrastinate. Columns. Rent, daycare, groceries, therapy for my little guy, phone, taxes, MISC, and then a quiet column where I recorded everything I sent to my parents. Mortgage, $1,200 each month, 12 times. Internet, $55, 10 months. Random until Friday, $40, $75, $130. Urgent, $220. Card declined, $90. I added it up. My throat tightened. I scrolled my texts. Could you please? You're the organized one. It's easier for you. My phone rang. Mom? I let it go to text. "Stacy, I don't like what you're insinuating, Kimberly. Your brother just repeated what you said about me. You said I drain you." "Me?" "I said I'm tired trying to do everything. Work and kids." "That's it." "Well, it sounded like that. Distance is healthy." "Okay." Then Dad again, switching channels like a DJ. "Stacy, we can talk Sunday. Just send it today." "Me?" Out loud to the empty kitchen. "Send what exactly? My sanity?" I picked up the call. "Dad, last night you watched Mom throw out my kids' things. She told me to leave. The kids heard her." He sighed. "Your brother riled her up. You know how he is." "I do. So, don't punish us." "The bank. I can't send it today." Silence stretched. I stirred oatmeal. "I don't want." "Don't do this, Stacy. You're putting us in a bad position. I'm already in one." We hung up. A buzz immediately. My brother in the family group chat titled Fam Bam. "For your information," he wrote to everyone, "Stacy says she's not helping Dad with the mortgage anymore because she's mad at Mom." Real, mature. Predictable chorus came fast. Aunt Lisa, she's always been dramatic. Cousin Mark, let's keep it calm. Mom, not on here. Dad, please, not like this. I typed, "I'll keep it simple." Then attached a PDF of my transfers for the last year. Dates, amounts, notes. The blue check marks popped up. Nobody replied. I put the kids in the bath and washed their hair like it was a normal Sunday. I set up my phone to film a simple lunch prep and turned it off. I sat on the edge of the tub and told myself out loud, really quietly, no more. No more mortgage. No more panic transfers. No more guilt. I wrote it in my notes app with the date, like a tiny contract I could actually honor. The blow-up happened where it always does in my family, publicly, in the group chat, with extra people added for perspective. Midweek, while I was slicing strawberries for a brand story, I saw new names join. 2 aunts, a cousin I never talked to, and for some reason, my mom's neighbor. "Mom, we need to correct some lies," Kimberly's brother wrote. He dropped a cropped screenshot from a live where I had said, "My mom doesn't get my job yet." And he cut the next line where I said, "We're both learning." "Apologize," Mom wrote, "to me and the family, and send the mortgage before 5 p.m. I stared at the screen. My hands shook. I wiped them on a dish towel. "I'm not apologizing for having a job or being tired, and I'm not paying your mortgage today." My brother pounced like it was a game. "Say it then. You use your kids to make money. That's all you are." I opened a folder on my phone named Receipts. Mortgage confirmations, bank transfers with notes, screenshots of internet bills I paid, dentist invoices with Dad's name, Amazon orders shipped to my parents' address with bath towels and laundry soap, a photo my daughter took, tiny sneakers on my parents' hallway floor next to a trash bag. I sent them one by one. This is what I covered all year. 12 mortgages, internet, insurance, emergencies. I didn't post it. I didn't demand it back. But I'm not your bank. I'm your daughter. And a mother to my kids. My job is to provide for them, not for a grown brother who refuses to get a job. Dad called. Declined. Mom sent a voice note crying, "How dare you humiliate us?" I replied in text. "You told me to get out. You threw away my kids' things. I'm not humiliated. I'm done." Then I muted the chat for a week. I made peanut butter sandwiches. I filmed a no-cook lunch ideas video and uploaded it with comments off. My heart pounded the entire time. When it slowed, I realized something. The world didn't end. The sky didn't crack. The only thing that broke was the habit of me fixing everything. The first days felt like a body remembering to breathe. Not dramatic, just air in and out without checking my balance 10 times. I did normal things. I paid my own rent and felt good seeing the line clear, without a second transfer waiting behind it. I cleaned the ring light and put it away before dinner. I colored with my daughter. My son jumped off the couch and I didn't snap, because I wasn't staring at a screen arguing with adults who should know better. Then the noise rolled in. "Dad, fees are piling up. The bank is aggressive. Mom, people are asking questions. Family reputation matters. Brother, a meme of a girl counting money. Stacy, today." I didn't respond. I set my phone to do not disturb from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. It felt like putting up a fence. Real consequences hit them too. Without my automatic sure, they had to move. Mom canceled a gym she never went to. Dad finally called the bank and negotiated a refinance instead of asking me to be the refinance. They sold the extra TV from the guest room. My brother, in a plot twist nobody predicted, got a night stocking job at a grocery store and lasted 6 shifts. He posted, "Some people aren't built for 9 to 5, at 3 a.m., and quit." He DM'd me. "Any quick remote gigs?" I typed video editing, then backspaced until the bubble was empty. I didn't send anything. My grandma, who has an actual heart, called and said, "Bring the kids to me. We'll make pancakes." We did. She didn't ask for content. She said my brother needed a haircut and then fed us until we were too full to argue with anyone. By week 2, family stories spread like wet laundry. Stacy cut off her parents. Stacy changed since the internet. Stacy thinks she's better. A cousin I barely know sent, "We're praying for you." I replied, "Thanks," and didn't ask for what. A different cousin, the quiet one who pays his own bills, wrote, "You're not wrong. I've been paying my mom's credit card for months. I'm stopping." We swapped 3 messages and a screenshot of a canceled transfer. I felt less crazy. Work shifted. I said no to a Sunday shoot without guilt. I filmed a budget series about boundaries with money. How to say I can't without a footnote. How to make rice and beans feel like a choice. How to plan meals with whatever is in the pantry. I didn't name names. I didn't expose DMs. I told a story a lot of people knew already, but were scared to say. Comments poured in. I stopped paying my sister's car after you're live. I finally told my mom I can't cover her nails. I'm the oldest. They call me selfish. I slept for the first time. I cried reading them. The quiet bathroom kind of crying, where you cover your mouth so the kids don't worry. Mom sent a picture of a small tote bag she sewed for my daughter, pink with crooked hearts, no caption. I stared at it for a while. Then I wrote, "Thank you. She'll love it." We did a porch handoff. Mom hovered like she wanted to give a speech. I didn't invite one. I hugged her briefly. My daughter twirled. We waved. No guilt monologues. Then we closed the door. Dad texted, "We're managing." Me? I'm glad. Dad, you know your mother. Me? I do. She knows me too. He sent a thumbs up. We didn't discuss money. It was the most adult text we'd had in a long time. My brother tried a new angle. "Hey," he wrote, "I can help with your editing for a fee." I laughed alone. A single, ugly bark. "No thanks," I wrote. He sent a shrug emoji. Then he added me to a group chat called Family Peace Talk. I left within a minute. He added me again. I left again. He wrote, "Childish." I put my phone face down and made soup. At home, our rhythm settled. We ate at the table. We used the good apple juice without saving it for guests who never helped clean. I taught my daughter how to fold small towels. My son and I lined up cars like a parade. In the quiet parts, when the kids drew and I edited, I felt something I hadn't felt in months. Not fear, not anger, space. A little space in my chest where panic used to live. And then, something else happened. Tiny, but huge. I opened my spreadsheet and took out the parents column. I didn't delete it. I moved it to a tab called Past. I saved. I closed. I stood up and stretched. And the house didn't feel like it was leaning to one side. Week 3. Dad asked to meet. Not at the house, I wrote. Grandma's kitchen table. Saturday morning. No group chat, no surprise aunts. He said, "Okay." The Met. The kitchen smelled like coffee and cinnamon. Grandma fussed with plates. Dad looked tired. Mom put on lipstick and a tight mouth. I put my phone face down. Screen off. "I'm not your bank," I said. My voice didn't shake. I was generous. I am not obligated. I won't send the mortgage again. Mom inhaled like she was about to shout. Dad touched her wrist. He looked at me. "We depended on you. That wasn't fair." I blinked. I didn't expect that. He said, "We'll figure it out. It's harder now." "I know. We'll still see the kids," Mom said, small for once. "Yes, at my place or Grandma's. No guilt speeches, no ambushes, no more adding people to group chats to tell me I'm selfish. If any of that happens, visits stop." Grandma tapped the table. "Sounds fair," she said. Mom nodded once. Dad exhaled like he'd been holding his breath all year. We ate pancakes. Mom told my daughter her dress was pretty. Nobody mentioned the bank. It wasn't perfect. It was possible. Back at home, I filmed a Clean With Me video with the kids helping. The comments were light. Somebody asked about the tote bag. I said it was a gift from Nana and left it at that. I made a pot of beans and didn't calculate how many bowls I could stretch for other people. I plated dinner and we ate it, and there wasn't a ping saying urgent. Later, after bedtime, I pulled the ring light out just to test it. It clicked on. My face looked like mine. I went live for 10 minutes and said, "If you've been the family fixer, I see you. You can stop. You can love people and stop. You don't need a speech. You can just stop. The chat filled with hearts and thank yous. I turned it off and sat in the dark. Not sad. Not scared. Just okay. I used to think good daughters say yes. Good sisters say yes. Good mothers say yes to everyone, and then find scraps for themselves. I thought love was quick money and quiet resentment. I thought family first meant me last. Now I think this. Love without boundaries is just enabling with pretty language. A mortgage paid out of fear is not love. A transfer sent to stop a tantrum is not peace. A casserole in a trash can is not family. My family didn't fall apart when I stopped paying their bills. They adjusted. They sold a TV. They answered the bank. They learned that I wasn't a line of credit. Some days they are angry. Some days they are better. My brother still tries to bait me with emojis. I don't take it. My mom still wants control. I don't give it. My dad is learning to ask, "How are you?" before, "Can you?" That's progress. For me, the biggest change is small. It's choosing my kids and my budget without a panic tab open. It's saying we can't make Sunday with no paragraph of excuses. It's meeting at my grandma's table, eating pancakes, and leaving when we're done. It's not filming everything. It's posting what I want, not what will start a fight. If you need a moral, here's mine. Plain, because plain works. You don't owe your adulthood to people who refuse to carry their own. Help if you want to. Stop when it hurts. Keep screenshots for your sanity, not for revenge. Believe people when they say, "Get out of my house," and then build a home where you and your kids are safe. I didn't argue. I just stopped. I stopped being the wallet with feelings. I stopped translating myself for people who liked me better silent. I stopped picking up bills that weren't mine. And when the group chat lights up with opinions, I set my phone down, look at my kids, and say, "Who wants pancakes?" That's the only yes I owe.